welcome back to our 30th episode of the Labyrinth of Thieves Campaign. We are your hosts and storytellers here from Wanderlustdnd, leveled up and ready to dive into tonight's episode. Now, for transparency's sake, sometimes GMs completely forget to write their recaps from the weeks before. So I have asked the lovely Fenris to once again grace us with a retelling of episode 29. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel as we post new episodes every other Friday.
I have it here. So, in the last game, we continued our fights against both the Blight Mother and the Blonde Fucker.
Yep.
So, as finished, well, I'll start with the other game. After Gizmo slid further and further towards the heart, Caché spied something in the mirror and decided that was much more important and took potshots inside. Meanwhile, Elle decided fire was very, very effective and burned the Blight Mother. Gizmo finally retained his own side and burst out of the Blight Mother, and all of them were drawn to the large black TV in the center, which used to be a pool. Technology these days. And
Wild.
we're watching Evleron, the blonde fucker, get winged by quite a few bullets, as Caché is a good shot. And while Fenris decided she was going to free Silverlight instead of paying this guy any more attention because he just doesn't care. Broke all of the chains and damaged her shield in the process, but freed Silverlight from the chains, and then she Jurassic Parked the fucker. And those are my actual notes.
Jurassic Parked, nice.
Yeah.
Stop.
Everyone else got corrupted.
While everyone's slowly dying.
Yeah. So, after the destruction of the Blight Mother, everyone's corruption is increased, while Fenris is now in possession of the Ward of Sky's fire, which is fancy new armor.
I want to cut in here really quick.
Yep.
Because I do want to give a little shout out to Gizmo for having one of the best lines of last game, where face to face with the poisonous corruption Blight Mother decided to say, "I am the cure," and smashed the fucking heart. That was MVP.
Yep.
That was fantastic.
Exploded.
So, after rising from the pool, Fenris proved that she was still in control of her own faculties by reminding Al of the time she nearly killed him, reminding Gizmo the time they built something together, and then flirted with Caché. And in true Fenris fashion, ignored Revenant. We all rested in the astral tower of Al. We all leveled up. Fenris also grew some scales. And we entered back into the mirror room. We found murals depicting the astral druids who followed the primal spirits. They learned that they split after collision, after finding the primal spirits gone. So, they were dissension in the ranks, fighting. They were also seeking the Shaywells. Temples were erected, and were standing in the Temple of Reflection, with a possible Shaywell present right underneath us. We all made our way over to a giant mirror, which was radiating magic, with 3 murals. Al went first. Since he's so tall, he reached up and touched the wings orb on the mirror. Immediately granted a vision, after making a save, where he gliding along on wings and saw quite the MILF inside. Which is very relevant to another campaign. Fenris trusts the wolf over in the mirror. Elsar. Fenris trusts the wolf over in the mirror and felt hunger of the Hult. Blood boiling with a blood-red sky, snow-covered land, seeing a she-wolf, primal and savage, but was able to stare down and not get savaged. Gizmo touched the snake over in the mirror and feels a searing pain as seemingly pulled into 7 pieces. Wink, wink. These 7 pieces were given to unclean hands, plunged into darkness until a helping hand from a violet-skinned tiefling, double wink, came to help. Thanks, Marad, which I have in my notes. And then everyone pulled together to try and get Gizmo through this mission. Inside the door, we found a pedestal of stone with a crystal statue on top, a statue of Gaia, and surrounded by the 3 primal spirits. Pedestal holding a new orb showing a galaxy. Al swapped it for a boring orb. Third pedestal holds another orb that looks like a cat that's moving. We called it the Pacto Ball, which Caché then picked up, and detect magic from Fenris showed necromancy. We all noticed the big glass containment unit containing a small black kitty. We had a sign saying "Do not open," so of course we opened it.
The Fae in the
It says "Do not open," so what are you supposed to do?
Of course we opened it.
Absolutely.
So Gizmo, yep. So Gizmo very gently opened the glass case by shattering it completely, and now we have a nightmare kitty.
What's it called again?
A copycat?
So the cat itself is called a grim mime.
Grim Mime, yes.
Grim Mime.
But
Forgotten Anviral. That's what I put down.
Anviral. That was, yeah.
Anviral means nightmare. On the plaque, it read that this is a creature that seems to be created from the oozy existence between planes. Oh, sorry, the oozy excess between planes.
Was it Grimval?
Grim mime. So
Grim Mime. Sorry.
Or an
okay,
Anmor.
no, say like grin, smile.
Oh, Grin Mime.
And then mime.
Grin Mime.
Yeah.
Grim, not
Gotcha.
Grim is such a stupid show.
Grins. It grins.
I know, I thought you said grim for starters, but...
So yeah, very good. Thank you so much, Fenris, for that lovely recap. Again, I do kind of want to just like have like a whole phase on our social medias of just Fenris's diary entry.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good, actually. I like that.
I think it's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Page
Recap
1,
for
fuck
the
the
story.
lobby.
Yeah. It could be great. But anyway. We fade back in, as I believe all of you were still in the secret chamber, where you had all these kind of items around you all. Currently are all staring at Gizmo that has the little cat-like creature on his shoulder.
So, you're not going to eat us all when we're asleep, right? That sounds like an affirmative to me. I think it's okay, guys.
Are you going to give it a name?
Well, I maybe have ideas, but you have to like get to know them first, see what their personality is. You have to give something a name.
Terry was always Terry.
Well, when you know, but I'll see. I'll let them decide for themselves somewhat.
So,
Humphrey was
you can talk to
Trapper
them?
398B before Humphrey.
Oh, he was like a different robot before.
It was based on but essentially the shell of an old robot.
Ah, like the blueprint of it. I understand.
Kind of. There were many I worked with some of these robots, and there were many sort of broken up old models that weren't working anymore.
It's fascinating.
So I just kind of took one to.
I really do want to sit down and like actually have a proper chat about Humphrey. Like he's a fascinating. He is fascinating.
Quite more fascinating to me now that he's developed a whole new range of emotion and personality.
I know. We have to absolutely have more of a conversation about that.
Probably
think
when we're
Humphrey
not
should be
dying of
included.
corruption.
Oh
Yes,
yes.
Very
Sorry. Yeah.
Corruption? Oh dear.
Yes, I'm not sure I could be able to bloodlet all of you. I could
We'd rather
try.
not be bloodlet.
The cat on Gizmo jumps down and in a typical beautiful cat fashion begins to march his cute little ass towards the door, his tail up. But you notice that the tail is quite curly, so it kind of like wisps a bit into shadow towards the top, and then comes back into formation.
I make immediately following after, and I'm going like, don't get too far now.
He's just walking away, heading straight for the exit.
Straight after.
I'll follow, I guess.
Onwards we go.
All right,
I'm going to stay firmly in the middle.
perfect. Fenris, anything else you guys do or grab in this secret chamber?
Anything at a final scan that jumps out?
That was that statue, right? The
statue?
statue of Gaia?
There's the statue.
We don't have a bag of holding, do we?
I do.
Caché, give me an investigation check. Yeah, investigation.
Good roll.
Someone has the bag of holding.
Yeah, I have a bag of holding.
That's 15.
Gonna run up and grab it, or ask if you can do it.
Roll me a d10.
I've got to wait for the outcome of this.
Okay. Roll it one more time. I'll give you 2.
2.
Secrets.
Caché, as you are following the rest of them, kind of just keeping your eye out, your eyes do once again scan that gorgeous statue, that kind of reddish brown tone. I believe it was Fenris last game that kind of let you know that was actually potentially could have been made out of jade, but has darkened being in this underground secret chamber. And as you go, you actually notice that there seems to be kind of like an old like satchel kind of left almost behind the pedestal of that statue. Withered with
satchel.
age, but it's still a satchel.
I'm going to go and quickly grab that satchel and then jog back to the rest of them while kind of keeping a half look at it inside.
Okay, you're gonna have a look inside?
Yeah. I'm not going to put my hand in, but I'm going to try just open the bag so I can see
Yes,
inside.
Caché's just It's a mimic! No, it's...
I'm going to tap Gizmo and ask for the bag of holding so I can put the statue in it.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm like,
you're gonna
I'm
take
running
the
out.
Stopping-
Yeah,
stopping
sure. Come back here.
The cat now has kind of, or the nightmare has now sat in the center, like of the archway, and just sitting there staring at all of you, waiting, tail kind of
Well,
flicking.
before we start walking, I'll take the bag and put the statue in it because it's not being appreciated down here. So.
Okay. Yep. So you take the statue. As you lift it, a little like a pedestal on the bottom kind of goes. No, I'm just kidding.
A big boulder comes rolling towards you.
A big boulder comes out of nowhere.
Fenris, do you mind if I have that back? I have a lot of my tools inside there. I kind of need it.
Once I put the statue in, I'll hand it back.
Absolutely.
Shift the
Thank
bag
you.
and it's just from inside the bag.
Oh, there goes the Rex.
And what have I spotted, if anything, inside that bag while this is going on?
Having a quick glance in the bag, you see what appears to be a potion of some kind and a scroll.
A scroll? I take the scroll out and I wave it at Al. Tempting.
Ooh.
Is that dusty old paper you have there?
That is dusty old paper.
My favorite.
I hand it over for Al to investigate.
Okay.
Would I have to cast identify, or can I look at the scroll?
I mean, you're a wizard, so let me just see
Yeah.
if you can cast this level. Hang on. You can cast up to level 5.
Indeed.
Okay, yeah, so you can. Weirdly enough, you come across a scroll of summon construct.
Oh.
Seems a bit strange down here.
Let's
In
see.
a tomb that hasn't been opened in a
Not
very
a
long
specific
time.
construct or anything. It's still up to my choosing, is it?
I believe it is up to your choosing. Hang on.
Did we name the cat, by the way?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
It is. Yes, so it is a construct. You can choose the material: clay, metal, or stone. Similar to a golem.
Where's my backpack? Scroll 5th level. Can I edit or add description?
Should be a fourth level
4th level.
Yeah.
Okay.
that you can use or add to your grimoire. It's up to you.
Just add custom item. Looks open to add.
And yes, then just a potion that you don't quite know what it could be.
Any idea what this is?
Do I have any idea without casting any spells?
I wouldn't say so. Not on
Okay.
this one.
What do they look? Is it red? Is it viscous?
No, it actually looks like Caché is currently holding a bottle of nothing.
Oh. Okay, well, I honestly can't tell what it is from just looking at it. But I could stop up for 10 minutes and cast Identify on it. But, you know, I'm not sure if it's worth doing right now. Or you could roll the dice and just take it.
Let's wait till you could have time to cast a spell.
Just we should get moving and not want to keep your Kitty waiting.
He's sitting here by the archway. He's actually quite patient.
Be sure we'll go to our deaths, I suppose.
What are we waiting for?
Let's go.
Outwards into darkness.
Okay. You all head back into the mirror chamber where you had that terrible, terrible fight with the Blight Mother. And there is what appears to be on the kind of the far side, away from where you first came in, another archway leading downward. And that is currently where the cat is just walking straight to. As if they know exactly where to go.
Knows things.
Let's go.
Follow the cat.
Yes, is it good a guide as any?
Fran as well, at this point, will also go kind of trotting up to the cat, and when you all kind of turned around to look at the cat in the archway, she was also kind of like sitting near it, and the two of them are now walking almost like together, and they seem to be kind of almost conversing without conversing. There's an understanding between the two of them. As they
Fast friends, huh?
make their way down. Yeah,
Dawdling
it's
in the
hard.
night.
It's hard to really It doesn't really talk. It's like a feeling.
Interesting. Wonder if I must
Like
have
Humphrey
very-
can speak to me.
I've met very few nightmares that can speak, so maybe that's it.
Well, I mean, usually, if I understand correctly, nightmares can't really usually talk, but they show you things. So if you open your mind to them, I'm not quite ready. I don't know it, so I wasn't going to open my mind to it, but...
How's Humphrey reacting to the nightmare? Do you get any intention at all?
I wouldn't say you get any good or bad vibes from Humphrey in the sense of towards the strange little creature. Humphrey has been exposed to quite a few nightmares over the last few weeks. Seems to not really take much notice at the moment. But you all descending the steps?
Yeah, I'll probably go first. Shield up.
Okay.
I'll probably draw the sword again and try to light up to give some light and passage.
Okay. You do so. The stairwell does light up, and you all slowly descend. The stairs at this point, this far into the temple, are quite a bit older than the rest of the temple that you've seen so far. The stone that once constructed the walls now gives way to dirt and clay. But the roots of the hollowed oak still hang extended, almost like a chandelier, in the center of the spiral staircase as you make your way slowly down. down. It's about an hour of a walk. Is there anything you all discuss on your way down?
Bran.
Yeah?
You said you can open your mind to a nightmare to communicate.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the only way I think that you can kind of communicate. Usually those kinds of creatures, when they're all in the mind.
And do you think there's a knack to it? Something that can be taught, perhaps?
And how free is the communication? Can you, like, truly converse, or is it images?
I mean, I don't know. I don't talk to nightmares very often. Al, do you?
I generally don't, to be honest. Mostly Humphrey for quite a while.
I mean, has anybody talked to a nightmare?
No, but since I've met Terry, it's something I'd like to do.
You've tried talking to Terry, surely.
Yes, and
I've tried
got
talking to Terry.
bits and pieces. I haven't figured it out yet.
Maybe. When we're not in a prior dangerous predicament, try opening your mind to it.
Perhaps I shall. Thank you, Fran.
Oh, there he goes. Continues on after the ground.
So, do you feel like you'd like to talk to Terry more?
I feel like
You froze there, sorry, Miguel.
I said Terry could help me figure out more about the dream realm itself.
I'll be honest, I'd be careful he doesn't get notions like Humphrey.
I prefer the notions of Terry than the spite of the Shadowhound.
It's a fair toss-up, to be fair.
What are notions, friend?
I mean this entirely in jest, and I'll be completely honest with you. It generally means when someone gets a bit too big for the boots, so to speak.
But you made my boots.
That's very true. And you seem to have grown out of them, so I need to make you some new boots.
I look forward to new boots. Thank you, friend.
Thank you.
Oh, I love it.
You're lucky he hasn't figured out the intricacies of language yet.
Yeah. That was such a
You'll get there.
Backwards insult. I love it.
That was a backtrack if I ever saw one. But if you were all continuing on,
Indeed.
at the bottom of the stairs, Fenris, you see a very large opening. It's not even an archway, it's not a doorway, it is just an open space into a chamber devoid of light. There's a gentle pulse from the center that you can almost feel as you come down to the base of this staircase. This boom boom, boom boom, boom boom. As if it is like a earthly heartbeat.
Does everyone else see us that?
It's not ominous at all.
No, of course not. It is a heartbeat in the middle of the ground. Of course it's not ominous. It is simply, well, somewhat
I mean,
terrifying.
I was honestly convinced that it was my own heartbeat there for quite a while.
I think that's actually an improvement.
So I'm not sure.
I'm very scared.
I'm really not sure what this is. Revenant, go have a look.
But don't you have some kind of sensor thing, Gizmo? could send in.
Oh, yes, right. Yes, I can do that. I will summon Echo.
I need to make a voice for Echo. But yes,
Echo.
Echo appears. in
Uh,
front of you.
Can you go down and have a closer look?
Affirmative. Begins to float away. Straight forward.
What does Echo look like again? Sorry.
So it's kind of like this, like a gyroscope where it has like the multiple revolving different rings. It's kind of like that that's center or surrounding a kind of energy core of some kind. It's kind of a little bit closed in to not be able to see to exactly the inner workings of it, but it looks like a tiny little mini flying clockwork UFO.
Nice.
What I'm hearing there is there's actually a tinier fairy than Gizmo inside that.
It's fairies all the way
Riding a
down.
little bike.
My little brother.
Yeah.
We're not actually related, but he's really little, and we're like brothers.
I'm the only one who can see him.
But yes, so the construct there, Echo begins to float into the darkness. Caché, Fenris, with your very long dark vision, you can see into this chamber a little bit easier than the rest. And what you can kind of start to just make out are very large, like, crystals jetting out of the earth. They're coming from the ceilings, the walls, the ground itself. They're massive. They're like making up parts of the chamber. And as Echo moves in, Gizmo, I believe he can show you what they're seeing on the sensors, correct? Or on his little...
Yeah, so like I was kind of imagine, like with the 5 meter, it's like I have to revolve to a different set of monitors so that I could focus on them.
Yeah, so Gizmo kind of goes into a pause state as you revert over to the other sensors of Echo. And what you see is he moves about 100 feet forward or so into the chamber. And you can actually see that it opens out into this just what could be almost like an underground... oh wow, the word has gone, has left
Like
me.
a ravine?
Yeah, like a ravine, but it's like an underground... I keep thinking of Skyrim when you go into some of those caves and then it suddenly just opens out into like
A chasm?
a whole nother
chasm?
kind of thing. Yeah, that's kind of what it's opening out into. But you can actually see where trees would start to grow, and like then you see massive mushrooms.
Oh, biome.
Biome. Thank you. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's an underground biome, basically. Yeah. But you can start to see massive mushrooms with like this fluorescent color kind of coming off of them. And again, just more of those crystals jetting out of the ground. It is starting to look a little underdarky for you, Gizmo.
Yeah, I'm reporting back everything I'm saying, and I will also say that this has a vibe of the Underdark to it.
Caché gets visibly excited because her father had told her so much about the Underdark, but she'd never been.
Have you been to the Underdark before?
No. My parents kind of fled it once the Empire took over.
Oh.
So I've heard many things about the Underdark. Not all of them good, but it was definitely an interesting place.
Sure, I've read about it, but I'd have to think.
My ancestral home.
Can you speak Undercommon?
Of course.
Yes.
You must teach me.
I say something in Undercommon, smile, and keep walking forward a little bit.
Do you know what that meant?
I'll complete the joke in Undercommon and continue on.
Sounds delightful anyway.
I speak 24 languages. Undercommon is not one of them.
That would seem like an oversight. Is that my fault? Should I program in Undercommon or something?
Obviously.
Oh, fair enough. Definitely an oversight.
I'm still kind of actually looking at the echo. Do I see anything more going down into the biome?
More, yeah. So as the kind of it slopes downward pretty heavily, and as about like 150 feet now, you're past. So this is past the point of what Caché and Fenris can see, I believe. It recedes quite abruptly and leads to the center point almost, and the rock face and the crystals also start to almost create this kind of like turning motion. They're not moving, but it is all pulled in towards a center well point. And Echo begins to revert back to you the images of bodies, long, ancient, reduced to nearly dust, but bones upon bones of people. Just some of them are reaching up towards the well as if they were just silenced in an instant. Some are almost looking like as if they're defending the well. Their shields still strapped to their arms. It looks like a massacre happened, all leading to the well in the center.
I think, I've just, like, even while that conversation's going on, I've been kind of just saying this out loud, so it's after that point I kind of come back into it. Well,
that sounds horrific.
Yeah. Oh, dear. What have we gotten ourselves into?
Is going to be fun.
Did it look like they were all wiped out instantaneously, or was it a continuous onslaught?
It's hard to tell. They were just piled on top of each other, but they're there for a very long time.
Unceremoniously.
Some were sort of like reaching towards the well, so I guess possibly, yeah, something must have struck them down pretty quickly. We should definitely be wary as we go down.
Yeah, let's just hope we kill the thing that it was in the last room.
Yeah.
I am glad though that I have built something. I built something a little bit for myself, so that will be quite handy. And I move over to the wall and just walk up the wall and stand out to the side.
Is this the new upgrade to your?
Yeah, I got. They're technically what is that? Slippers of spider climbing, but they're just grippy shoes. They're just shoes that go like dush into the wall.
Amazing, definitely, yeah. So you all watch Gizmo do exactly that.
I just turned to the group around and said, "Do you all kill something without me?"
Did we all get something without you? What do you mean?
Do you all kill something without me?
Oh yes. Gizmo says something about being a cure and then murdering a poor defenseless creature. But that was about it.
I don't think it was defenseless. It had tentacles coming out and trying to
issue
gnash.
with
It nearly
that
killed me.
particular classification. Yeah. I was inside of it.
This you being digested.
It was awful. It was its heart was crying. Have you ever? I'd never even come across anything like that. And I'm from a place where there's some pretty fucked up shit.
Did you mention that?
No.
Oh.
No, it was pretty awful.
What the? So I see.
Tragedy is this?
So you had to fight some armless monster that had devoured Gizmo and attacked you with Enethær.
Essentially. Though I'm not sure what that last herb is.
I see.
Hentai is not canon in my world.
Just saying that right now.
I said, it's a,
Not yet.
Yeah.
We haven't got there yet.
Forgive my undercover. It is tentacles.
Somehow it's not better.
Did we really make that canon in the world? Wow.
Oh God.
The undercommon for tentacles is hentai.
So undercommon tentacles is hentai. All right. Well, I now need to go make.
See,
a whole
I
new
also
A beautiful
thought,
language.
I also thought, like, because dark elves are from, like, down under the ground, I always figured that they would be speaking with Australian accents since they're down under. So,
Hentai.
sorry, mate.
For all of our listeners out there.
We apologize.
We
Clearly
apologize
apologize.
profusely.
This is
We are sick in the
Gracious.
head. Send help.
Let's move on quickly.
Yes.
SOS.
Yep.
So to
No. Big scary well.
Yep.
Echo is a little bit further than 150
I will
feet away.
summon an echo back just in case. Actually.
Okay. So you summon Echo back.
Yeah.
Appears
Um,
next to you.
Going to tentatively move forward.
I'll follow up with
Not
some
tentacly.
gunpowder.
tentatively.
Oh God.
How high is the cavern actually, Amber?
Our DM needs a moment.
We broke the DM.
Processing.
We have to move tentatively.
What was the question? Sorry.
How tall is the cavern?
From what you can tell, Caché, with 150 feet, you look up towards the ceiling and you cannot see the ceiling.
In that place, I am going to, with my boots, fly at 15 feet in the air, just so I can get a broader view point.
Better view inside.
Yeah.
Sure, no worries. So Gizmo's currently sideways on the wall. Caché rises at 15 feet. Al, Fenris, is there anything you're doing?
I'm going to stay way the hell back if everyone is dispersing and I'm not shielded anymore.
Well, I was going to
Yes.
say,
Revenant will stay near you, Al.
if I'm walking down the wall, if anyone needs, I'll be able to hold some amount of weight. Just if we need to
Yeah.
go down, if there is no easy access.
Oh, a map loading.
Oh, that's pretty.
Now that is sinister.
Oh yeah.
So,
Okay, I'm gonna tentatively make my way forward towards the well, but shield up and sword aloft to keep the light up.
stop laughing, Seth. You're making me laugh. Sorry,
That word is rude for me.
it's ruined. The word is no longer allowed. Okay. All right, you're moving forward with
Yep.
your shield. Fran and the cat are kind of are trying to stay near Gizmo, but if he's gonna go walking on the walls, then I don't
Can't
think
take
they'll
to
be able to
sit on Gizmo.
They're gonna stay near Gizmo, but if you're gonna walk on the walls, then they might stay with. Revenant.
It's less that I'm like wandering off. It's more I'm just kind of like now secure, and if I need to like walk down around, I can do so that kind of way.
Got it. Okay. So then, is it just Fenris and Caché moving forward,
Caché is flying, so
flying forward? Or
You
just
see, I'm staying behind Fenris, but I'm just staying for the
You've got
firing
yeah,
cover,
yeah.
like, you know.
Okay. Perfect.
Well, I would be moving up forward. So if it's a case of like if they're staying safety, then I would move down without them. But
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna move with them.
Yeah.
I'd say as you see the cavern itself, it actually, like, if you're gonna stay on the wall, you're gonna start moving far away from them because this is a pretty large cavern, if that makes sense. So if they're gonna go straight down towards the well, you would kind of be going along the wall side. You know, does that make sense? So you'd be kind of leaving them. But if you're gonna go with them, then
even if I go straight down.
if you want to go straight down, you can.
Yeah.
Which is clamped onto the ground.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. No worries. So you're maybe a little bit slower than the rest, but yes, you can move your way down, no problem. But as Caché and Fenris, you're taking the lead and moving forward, it is pretty clear that a deadly battle was fought here. By the positions of the bodies, you can see that many of them seem to be dressed, if any of the clothing actually survived. But in this cave, you're actually noticing that there's not a lot of moisture, interestingly enough, and except for what's coming from the well. But even then, it doesn't feel like naturally occurring moisture. It's a very strange environment in this space, almost kind of stuck in time. There's this sense of it's like all time is stopping here. And as you're moving forward, you see that quite a few of the individuals seem to be kind of showing that they're wearing clothing linked to druids. Many of them are not wearing any kind of metal. And you also then begin to see limbs were hacked off, heads were severed completely from the bodies. There are scorch marks on the walls, and on the floors. It's pretty painful walking through this place. A lot of death happened here, but nothing moving, nothing catching your eye, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
What about this well?
As you approach closer and closer, you do see that the end of the roots from the hollowed oak hang all the way in and stop into the well. It seems to be connecting it directly to the tree itself, but there is a ominous glow of red coming from the well itself. As you do approach, you see 6 standing stones surrounding the well, just kind of looming over the space. They look as if they would have been used for guarding it in some way. Like, you can actually see some of the individuals, the bodies, skeletons are like pushed up against the walls. They're looking like they're trying to defend against whatever was attacking them. And it does appear that they are all facing the way you're coming in. So whatever was attacking was coming from that direction.
Could I look at like the stone pillar and see if it's like part of a broken ritual circle?
Yeah, any carvings or anything?
I'd say make an investigation check, both of you.
Can I be looking to see if there's anything, like, considering everything around looks very, very ancient, is there anything that looks slightly less ancient? Like, maybe about the same age as all the corpses?
Okay. I'm going to detect magic as well.
Okay.
Additions or things that might have altered it.
Interesting. Okay, make me an investigation check as well, Al.
I got 18.
18?
24.
24. Okay, I'll start with you two. Looking at the pillars themselves, there are carvings, there are depictions. Gizmo, with a 24, it could be of use as a ritual circle. And you're not as familiar with druid magic and druid sacred ceremonies, but it is very, very clear this is a sacred place, or once was.
And the carvings, do they look like they're in a writing by any chance?
There are runes etched, yep.
I guess comprehend language.
Okay. Okay. So, casting comprehend languages. Is that instant or is it ritual?
It can be both, but I use the spell slot.
You use the spell slot. Okay. Casting comprehend languages on the pillars, the standing stones around the well. You read beautiful passages, almost poetry, all telling stories of the primal spirits. You see the name of Gaia mentioned quite a few times, of a Shea well, a place of power, places that need to be protected. They seem to be a place of honoring Gaia and the primal spirits. So, is that used for rituals? Most likely. You couldn't tell exactly what rituals would be performed here, but it's very clear this is a type of temple, a sacred place to the druids.
I obviously be saying all this as I'm reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're both kind of like working together on it, I guess.
Exactly. And if you're going to pair up then with Al, in the sense of Al is looking for anything that might not look as ancient as the stone or even the well itself. Al, you notice that once in a while, in some of that beautiful poetry, there's a word almost carved out. Something very strong had to have made that deep of a mark in the stone, and a new word is added. A new word that taints the poem. A new word that inflicts pain and poison. It's almost as if someone is desiccating isn't the right term.
Desecrating.
Desecrating.
Yes.
Thank you. Desecrating. I was close. Desecrating this sacred space and tying a type of ritual of their own. One of
I will
corruption.
point this out then. Can I? Sorry, what language was it? Or do I? I can speak Celestial, Common, Elvish, and Primordial.
Nothing would be written in that.
Gotcha.
But with the help of Caché with comprehend languages, she is reading out the poems, and you're seeing that words are cut out, and then Caché's reading the next word. Wait, that doesn't make sense. What does that mean? You know, and you're all. I'm assuming all three of you are kind of working together on this, and this is kind of what you're holding together. It appears that someone has done all that. Detect magic, Fenris.
Yeah. What was the word scratched in? Sorry.
They're just words of like poison, of anger, of corruption. It's hard to make out the full poem, if that makes sense. That's kind of what you're getting the sense of. But in terms of detect magic, you're getting traces, flits, almost like sparks of fire around you. You're getting abjuration and evocation. But there is no magic coming from any of the bodies. There is one bit of magic that I'm going to tie together with this at the same time. You see, Fenris, glowing bits of magic coming from a body right up against the well. Their back is up against it. There seems to be some kind of staff laying across their lap. But in tandem with this, as Fenris sees that staff, Gizmo. A little hand takes yours. And you glance down and see Fran looking quite distraught. She's holding Revenant's hand in her other one, and she's holding you both very, very close as she stares at that decayed form at the base of the well.
I'm gonna kind of take a knee to be a bit more level.
One with the staff.
Fan, are you all right?
Gizmo, we've talked a lot. We've shared a lot, but can you hear it?
The heartbeat.
The song. The singing.
Do I hear singing? I'm sorry, Fran. I don't. What are you hearing?
It's a song I've heard a lot. I've heard. Feels like all my life, but not this loud. It's everywhere, and it seems to be coming from there. She kind of points, and you see, again, the well itself, but then this decayed form. And Gizmo, as you kind of look more at it, you realize that entity, that being that is right leaning up against the well, is massive. It's about two or three times the size of any of the mortals skeletons that are lying around. And its body is made of twisted bark and dead vines. It's kind of slumped to the side there, and then the staff is laying across its lap. And Gizmo, this creature looks somewhat familiar, but you may need to get a little closer.
Wait here, Fran. Wait just a moment. And I'm gonna stand up and start making my way towards it.
I'm going to, before, if I could, just... Gizmo.
I'm
One
walking
second.
slowly.
1 second, sorry. I just want to try something. I haven't actually tried this before. And I'll take out a small pearl out of my pouch.
Okay.
Oh.
And I'll spend a minute and I will weave the webs of fate and time, cast Fortune's favor.
Oh, lovely!
Yeah.
All right,
Hey.
you do so.
I'm not sure what
I'm
that
going.
is, but thank you.
You might get a slight ability to try and do a little rewind. Try something again. as it
Handy.
were.
Sure, that is wise. Messing with time. Without,
Absolutely not.
Without
Definitely
knowing,
not wise, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, it's not like Gizmo has the same level of turning that you have.
Oh, it's fine. I take the consequences of the spell that I've cast, I'm sure. I think that's how it works.
Very well.
Love your confidence.
Yeah.
I'll
Very
keep
well.
you backed up just in case. I'm going to hold an action to shoot. I suppose in the direction of that thing, just in case, because I'm feeling nervous.
Okay,
Right.
very good.
I've seen enough dead come alive in the last 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get closer as well. While Gizmo's getting closer,
Okay,
gonna try and stay ahead.
all right. So, Gizmo in the lead,
Mhm.
moving forward towards the creature, it seems. Long dead. It doesn't seem to be moving or reacting at all to you approaching. But as you do get closer, that well boom, 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 behind it, that glowing kind of eerie vibe of red throughout all of this space. But as you get closer, go ahead and roll me a history check with advantage, being from where you're from.
That'd be an 18.
18. Okay. Approaching this creature, kneeling down, not getting too close, I'm assuming, but close enough.
Yeah.
You recognize this to be a dryad.
Slight retcon, sorry. Could I
Okay.
possibly ask that if I could cast that at 4th level and just get both, get everyone, except
Oh.
myself?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
All right, so Al spent redcon. Al spends a minute
Sure.
putting a pearl to each of your heads.
No, I think it's just 1 pearl.
One pearl, I'm assuming. Yeah.
I hope they're expensive.
Mm-mm.
So all of you are now everyone all 4 or
Except Al. As in it's Caché. I suppose that wouldn't include Revenant. I'll keep an eye on Revenant myself.
You and Revenant can stay back with the horde of nightmares and fey creatures that you have
Indeed.
following you around.
Right. So there's three who have it.
So Caché,
advanced
Fenris,
squad.
and Gizmo have fortune favor.
Okay.
So, Gizmo.
Mhm.
This is very clearly a dryad, but an old one. And as you really take a look at it and understand just what exactly you're looking at, you realize that you're looking at a bramble sovereign, one of the strongest and oldest dryads. Seemingly
I'm not saying any of this out loud.
okay. Good to know. Gizmo, do you want to pop into secrets with me?
Okay.
We'll be back.
Who-
I'm bringing the music with me. Okay, there we go. Oh, good. Now we can just talk. If you're not saying any of
How are
that out
things?
loud- Hey.
How have you been?
But if you're not saying any of this out loud, it makes it even better. Because what you remember and what you know of dryads is that they are fey creatures. They tend to originate from the Feywild, but they are bound to a power source of natural magic. Many entities may wander, that you know of, but they are usually bound to trees and or to forests. It is said that a dryad takes its first breath shared with their soul tree, a timeless bond that is then forged. A sacred tree only to them and a source of their devotion and their protection. And in the back of your mind, this begs a question. What is a dryad before it meets their soul tree? What songs do they hear for that time? And almost simultaneously as that question pops into your mind, you once more feel a hand stepping next to you and grabbing onto yours. So, I will leave you there, unless you have any questions.
The only question I have is, so these dryads, they're older even than like Veronestra of the court.
Bramble sovereigns would be.
Wow. Okay.
Regular dryads would be the ones you would have come across before.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Shit.
These are
ancient.
Chosen for specific purposes when they are bound to a soul tree.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Sensible Al.
He knows.
Has no sense or sensibility.
Well, he has no time for nonsense. Except if it's fun nonsense. Then he has all the time in the world.
And of course he can always make time.
I just love when Chris comes back from
Exactly.
Secrets with me. I was just like feverishly writing something down.
I went to the Secrets of Adver and I'm not telling anyone what is in there.
So what happened then? So as I went up and looked at the dryad, and then as I was looking, Fran ran up to me.
Fran didn't even run. Fran walked. And at this point, Fenris and Caché, you all of you, just watched Fran leave Revenant behind and walk straight up to Gizmo, staring at this creature and the well. And she kind of grabs onto Gizmo and just once more says, I've met a lot of trees in my life, Gizmo, but this one feels really different.
I think I understand now. Guys, I know we came here anyway to sort out this problem, this corruption, but it's even more important than I thought or realized. The creature here is a dryad, and they come from the Feywild, but they were of a far more ancient race than I had ever encountered in all of my time in the Fae. From what I recalled of my studies and what I knew of them, they are bound to forces of nature, deep forests, ancient trees. And I just realized, what is a dryad before they bound themselves to their soul tree? I think that's why Fran can hear the song.
You think she is to become a dryad?
I'm not sure, but maybe.
Fran is to bind herself to this well? To this tree? Revenant? What do you think of
Yeah.
this?
You cannot be serious to bind yourselves to this without.
Not like this.
This
It can't be done this way.
this-
We have to
this
cure it.
corruption yes, this corruption is running very deep. I'm
How
gonna
do we do that?
slide the shield back onto my. Slide the shield away and pick up the staff
Okay.
next to the dryad.
As you go to pick up the staff itself, it doesn't seem to. It pulls away from the creature. You do notice that there was a hand kind of wrapped around it, which just kind of breaks and is brittle, just falls as you pull the staff away. It's lovely, intricate. Doesn't look damaged at all. But Fran just continuously is staring, and then kind of looks up to Gizmo. It's like I've heard her song all my life. But it was always really far away.
Her song.
Do you think she's mine?
I don't know.
So I reckon
Only you could say for sure. I know it seems strange to you guys, but this is more about where I'm from. It's hard to explain, but it's less of a binding. It's more of finding the other half of your soul.
Fran just kind of smiles, looking up at just this decrepit looking tree and roots, riddled with corruption and rot, and you can just see there's a connection. And I don't want to play too much into Revenant being Revenant not here, but I do believe Revenant is going to move forward and begin to try to take Fran away. There is a essence of wanting to protect her after everything that transpired a few floors up. And we'll look to you, Gizmo, with just... The mask itself always hides truly what Revenant is feeling, but there is a sense of almost panic coming from him. Worry.
As he goes up, I'll kind of like put my hand out on my chest, out into his chest, and I'll kneel down, and I'll open up the suit, and I'll fly out onto my arm so that I'm kind of looking up at him.
Okay.
I understand that you only have her best interest in your heart, but I think this might be what she needs.
A long pause from Revenant. And he glances down towards Fran, and Fran kind of, again, is so infatuated with the tree and the well itself, but does look up at him as well. And there's a moment where she smiles at him and just says, "You saved me, Revenant. You found me starving beneath Austral Acadia, and instead of smushing me like all the others, you gave me bread. And then we gave bread to Humphrey." Which, maybe that wasn't good because he's metal and I don't think he can actually eat, but anyway. You brought me wherever you went, and you brought me here. And so, now, I think I can save this place. Gizmo being so close to Revenant, you can feel him wanting to say something to convince her otherwise, but there isn't a sadness of understanding. And Fran will look up to you now, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I think maybe I do. And she'll kind of turn back towards the well. and begin to walk towards it. Does anybody do anything?
I'm gonna just fly and sit on her shoulder.
I'm gonna stand up and hold out the staff towards Fran.
Okay. As if giving it to her?
Offering it to her. So
This thing is like triple her size, but yeah.
This is familiar.
Grabs it. Just kind of sticks it into the ground with a little bit more force than you were expecting. And begins to continue towards the tree. Or towards the well. Does anybody else go? Or are they all staying?
I'm gonna draw silver light and follow.
I'll stay back respectable, like 10 feet, kind of.
Are you still floating 15 feet up in the air?
Yeah.
Or are you... Okay. Al?
I'll probably go up to Revenant and just kind of like pat him on the shoulder and say, "You should go alongside her. Be with her. Been with her so long."
Kind of places his hand onto your shoulder as well, just kind of grips it a little bit, Al, and then follows Fran and Gizmo.
I'll stay probably 10 feet back as well with Caché. Yeah.
Okay. You two are staying back. So, Fran approaches the well. Staff in hand, Gizmo on her shoulder. Fenris, you continue forward, but something feels like you should stop. As you approach the well, something... Have you ever had just a vibe when someone doesn't want you near them? That is what you get from the well suddenly. And it clicks in that moment. Dragons are not welcome at the well. And you feel that pull to kind of stop.
I'll stop, but I will keep watching and try and get the sword up.
Okay, you do so.
I'm kind of
Gizmo?
watching and waiting. So if something tries to stop Fran, I'm going to be ready to defend.
Okay. Fran takes a step. Boom! With the staff. And it radiates out. And for a moment, all of you can kind of hear a faint song drifting in the air. Her tiny godling form begins to shiver a bit. And as she takes her first step into the corrupted well, you watch as the liquid parts. It's a sickly, sappy substance. Second step in. Gizmo, on top of her shoulder, she's only about 4 feet high, maybe even that, like 3.5 feet high. And you feel her body kind of shift and move for a moment, and all of you watch as she grows. Each step she takes into the well, one by one, she continues to grow. The back part of her hair extends down the length of her back now. And you can see as it twists and turns into formations of leaves and branches and brambles. Another step, another growth spurt. She's now nearly 6 feet tall. You can see her body is growing in size and shape, and she begins to become what she is meant to be. All of you stare at a very different creature now. 9 feet tall, skin cracked, ancient bark all across her skin, her hair a tangled mess of leaves and wildlife. Her eyes still round and gold like before. And as she steps into the center of the well, the last boom of the staff, Gizmo, you feel a rush of healing energy, warm light tracing all the way through you, as from the center point of Fran expands outward. Gizmo, you are cured of all corruption.
Thank you.
The well breathes a new life. No longer red and twisted and filled with hatred. You see it just wash away. And as Fran, now different and older, wiser, turns and sticks the staff in next to her, this whole place begins to transform. The corruption torn away. It doesn't even get scared into the dark. It is just gone. Withered away into nothing, dust and bones. Life once more breathes into this place. And Fran looks to all of you. Thank you for reuniting us. I understand my purpose now.
You really did know what you were doing.
I had faith.
But, so, is that it? Is the well cured?
Well, the well is cured, but you are not.
No.
Well? She reaches her hand out towards you.
So I walk towards her. Do I have to step into the well? I'll pull my cloak up so that I don't get it wet.
You step into the well and it is cold and wet, and it goes straight into your boots, straight through your socks, up your pant legs.
Well, look, always dry off.
But she does pull you closer, and as you kind of grasp onto her hand, you feel the warmth through your body. You are cured of corruption now.
Oh, I feel lighter already. Fran, you're a marvelous creature.
She kind of bows her head, gives you little twist to the ear as she goes. Still that sprightly little creature.
Quite a bit taller than me now.
Yes, I do see a lot more from up here.
So are you now bound to this place, or are you able to travel freely?
I don't know yet. I'm sure I'll figure that out.
You'll grow into it. The look suits you.
She'll kind of look to you, Gizmo. Thank you.
I'm just glad. I'm glad that we could see you here.
I don't think I would have ever found this place without you guys.
Yeah. Things have a funny way of working out in the end.
Amazing what one airship ride would do.
Hey.
Caché, you too need to be cleansed.
I think you can do the other realms one.
That is a bit beyond me, I think.
I guess, but I thought I'd ask.
For the blight, at least, I can do that.
I will float myself into the well.
Give it some time. I'd say you'll be able to do more.
Maybe. I think, and she'll kind of look up, and the roots themselves are slowly beginning to heal. You can see the life being breathed back into them, and she kind of lays her hand on parts of, it's just roots just kind of hanging down from the hollowed oak, and she kind of runs her hands along one of them and just says, she has a lot to teach me. There's a lot of knowledge.
We all have
Echoes
to
of
start
the
somehow.
Yeah, this place has a lot of unrest. I think I will have a lot of work.
I'm gonna step into the well and get closer.
Okay. Before you do that, she will help Caché.
Yeah. After she does Caché.
Yeah. So, Caché, you drift into the water and grasp onto Fran's hand as well. This new entity. Actually, show you. Hang on, where is she?
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. Caché will look up at her and just be like, "This form suits you."
Pretty autumnal.
As someone who has changed forms and not felt comfortable, you look comfortable.
Well, I'm glad I'm faking it. I really have no idea what I'm doing. But she'll kind of place her very large hand against your face, Caché, and just say, "Your form suits you too. You just have to learn to love it."
Shadow tears appear.
And she'll gently wipe them away. But you are also cured of blight corruption. The nightmare still remains.
I thought so.
Could you imagine? Just like, boom, you're not a like anymore.
Oh, that seemed anticlimactic.
Very
Revenant's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You could do that
This
all
whole
up.
time.
But with that, Caché, she will turn to you, Fenris. And there's a moment, kind of a pause, where she seems to not be listening to anything around her, as if she's listening to something else. The tree, perhaps. The voices, who knows? But she looks to you, Fenris, lifts out her hand and goes, "They would like to speak with you. If you're ready."
I am as ready as I would ever be.
Fran will kind of part the way, and the water of the well itself kind of folds inward a little bit, waiting for you to step in.
Yep. Step down.
Okay. You all watch as Fenris begins to step into the well, but sink further down, 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 down.
I'm getting a
until
sense of
the
deja
surface of the
vu.
water. Marad?
Purple
What?
tiefling.
This time it's a brunette fucker.
It is indeed. As Fenris, you take your last breath of this realm before going underneath. Is there anything anybody does?
I'd like to get back in my suit.
Good luck. Wherever you're going. Whatever you're doing.
You've got this.
Don't forget, you've got that time thing I gave you.
Don't forget the time thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we might call a break then, if that's okay.
Okay.
I'll get set up for this next part. And then, yeah. Fenris. You are taken beneath the surface of the well, your body becoming unburdened by what feels like gravity itself. Down, 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 you plunge into endless nothingness until a bit of light. You find yourself in a liminal space. Seemingly caught between an impossible, beautiful sunset and the edges of space and time itself. Stars litter this expansive blackness around you. And for a moment, you dare not look down, lest you be swallowed up by the emptiness. The comforting presence of Silverlight joins you. She is no longer constrained to the confines of a blade. You feel her growl deep in her chest. She closes in around you, protective. You feel a shiver through her. She knows something about what approaches you. And you hear her voice in your mind. Our judgment approaches, Fenris.
Very well. Do you know what is coming?
I do. Be on your guard. Fenris, 3 forms approach you. Their shapes otherworldly, impossible, even. Fear strikes through you like a bolt of lightning. These entities dwarf even Silverlight in her dragon form. You see before you a thunderbird, a wolf, and a serpent.
We are eternal. We are of the land, the sky, and the sea. We are the daughters of Gaia. Who approaches us?
Oh boy. One second. I'm going to am I just floating here or?
You seem to be just floating in this liminal space of time and understanding. These giant spirits are before you.
I'm just gonna take a deep breath and float forward. It's my name. Isn't very Russian there, Hagenir. Daughter of Lydia Hagenir. Russian to Leia.
It is the wolf that approaches you first.
You are no follower of ours. You follow the teachings of the Moon Lady. Speak. Why have you come?
So I have come to heal a friend. To help a friend.
The Thunderbird in the center sparks a bit to life. There's an essence of command, of power radiating from it.
The dragons had our blessing, and they squandered it. They tore apart these lands for their own pride and ambition. What makes you think you'll be any different?
I do not know. I am here because I owe a debt, and I seek vengeance. Vengeance on those who have hurt so many, yet face no consequence.
The wolf growls a bit. You see stars between her teeth.
Her passion is commendable. But, sisters, what of her true intentions?
Once more, the Thunderbird seems to take a long pause. And while this is happening, the serpent slithers around all of you, encompassing the entirety of the space. Thunderbird looks to you, Fenris. And then to Silverlight.
We know you, Dragon of the Stars. We know of your father before you. We were there when he fell.
You can feel Fenris, Silverlight, remaining silent, but anger boiling up inside her. Pain at the mention of her father. Thunderbird seems to notice this as well. There's an anxious feel between the three of them. There's a hiss from the serpent, who does not seem to speak as much as the others. The Thunderbird turns to you.
You, mortal. You and the others aided in cleansing the well. And for that, we owe you our gratitude. The balance returns. The cycle continues. For you, however, a curse remains.
You feel Silverlight shift a bit, uncomfortable. Is there anything you do?
Do I still have the sword?
Do you want to still have the sword? You are in a liminal space. What can you imagine?
I'll draw the blade out and lay it across my hands as I remember it.
You do so.
You all speak of a curse. As I have known, this is a curse. This is a prison. She was imprisoned like I was. She helped me escape, and now I intend to help her escape. I only know of what I have been shown. Of a betrayal that trapped her here. but we both know of betrayal. Now, the Moon Mother did not aid us. If you will not aid us, then I will find another way to free her. I will not let her be trapped on the court of some other are making their biased decision against her. For I believe it was an unjust imprisonment, just like mine was unjust. So what happened to me, I will seek vengeance. You are here to kill me, I do not fear death. I would welcome it, but my work is not done. You speak of balance. If I am to restore balance, then I will take vengeance for what happened to me, for her, and for all the others that were trapped with me.
For while these entities seem to speak together, you hear from the belly of that serpent.
Vengeance.
There's an essence, a connection there. The Thunderbird and Wolf feel it too. There's a shiver throughout the entirety of their existence. And the Thunderbird seems to look to you, then to Silverlight.
The curse bounds you to an endless fate. We can lift it and bind you to a new purpose. But your cycle is not endless, nor necessary. And neither is your champion's.
Silverlight takes a deep breath next to you. Our purposes align, great spirits. I bind myself to Fenris's vengeance. Once more, the serpent.
Vengeance.
Silverlight continues. She is my sword, and I am her dragon. Is there anything you say, Fenris?
You have asked me many questions. This is now a time I ask you one. Have you ever been hunted, hated, and attacked simply for being who you are?
We are older than time. Many hunt us. Many fear us. We know of what you speak.
Said with respect, I am not that old. I have only experienced this.
The cost of this binding of souls is yours to bear, mortal. Do you accept?
I accept There is no price I would not pay to rid this world of that evil. Than to free a friend. And protect all the friends I have made. They are but few.
So be it. Your fates are bound. Maddening inferno, and the breaker of chains.
The entities move as one almost, shifting and continuing in and out of existence in front of you. And Fenris, you become very aware of just how open this space is. Endless sea of stars around you. And slowly that world that you see is pulled taut, pushed through the smallest fraction of darkness as you breathe up once more, coming through the surface of the well. The rest of you watch as Fenris kind of like launches herself out of the well, soaking wet, breathing heavily. You are once more back in reality, Fenris.
Wow, you can hold your breath for a really long time.
That's very impressive.
I have been swimming a lot.
Big lungs.
I'll go out and like give Fenris a hand out.
I'll crawl out of the well with Gizmo's help.
Okay.
I will immediately look down to see if the sword is still there.
Sword is there.
I saw a great many things. So I am not really sure how to explain it.
Was it good or bad?
I think it happened. So I cannot say for yet if it is good or bad, but I think that is
That happens to us a
up
lot.
to us. That is up to us. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Par for the course.
they didn't seem to really like you very much, but one of them did. Friends kind of joining you.
So, one of them did.
Who are they?
That is an improvement on the usual.
Fran just turns to all of you. She had an audience with the primal spirits.
I'm sorry, what?
That's quite
Very matter-of-factly, she
considerable
just says
thing.
that.
Wait, like, when you
What?
say primal spirits, like,
It was
the
on
prim-
Simurals.
the
The wolf?
Thunderbird, the wolf and
The
the
bird and the
Serpent.
serpent.
What?
Yes, all of them.
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where were they? In the water? I didn't see anything.
I go over and put my face in the water.
Just all three of them staring at you. No,
we didn't think you'd
They're all
look.
no, you stick your head in the water. There's nothing.
So,
Huh.
so I think I was in some kind of extra dimensional space,
Oh,
perhaps.
another plane of existence?
Yes, I should definitely talk to you about it one time.
Yes, I mean,
Maybe
must
when I am not coughing up well water.
Prestidigitation.
No
we were
longer.
still standing in the well.
Oh damn.
I,
Should probably get out. Yes.
I'll do it again
I've gotten out.
afterward.
I've gotten out as well. I kind of.
Prestidigitation.
You were drunk.
There we go. So, how do we get out of here? Do we have to go all the way back the way we came?
As you don't know, but
Well, we got teleported
Yes,
in here, didn't we?
Can I
yes, we did.
Can I just say you all look a little worse for wear?
What I'm saying, I'm just going to walk away a little bit and draw the blade and see what I see.
That
At
would
the
probably be all
moment?
the well
Yeah.
water.
I have
Nothing has
to-
changed on the blade at the moment.
I'm going to touch the pommel and the blade and try and commune. So you there, my friend.
There doesn't seem to be a full connection yet. Someone is seeming to be quite tired after that.
So, well, that makes two of us. We're gonna sheath the blade and turn back to Fran.
Fran is looking to all of you. I think I can help. For a moment, at least. Come.
If you think to make us a stairwell out of here, well, I thought we will get very far without collapsing.
No, but
Well,
she'll look to you, Gizmo, for a moment. Have you ever traveled by tree?
Oh. Yeah, I have some experience with that, alright, yeah.
Yeah. I think I could do it again.
Have you guys ever traveled through by 3 before?
I travel exclusively by shadow.
No.
Well, this
This
is a
is
new
I-
experience.
From a zip line.
Yeah.
So I have only traveled by tree when it has been
Not
turned
on zip
into a
lines.
boat.
I guess that technically counts. This is a different way, different kind, much faster. Quite fun.
Let's do it.
She'll
So,
hold her
it's
hand
okay.
out.
Does it require any physical strength? Because as a reminder, I have none.
Walking.
Oh, that's difficult enough, but I can manage.
There might be like a foot-high pool of water you have to go through.
Says you'd like me to lift you?
No, it's alright. I need to build strength, like I've been told.
Fran will take Al first, slightly concerned by the lack of muscle, and link all of your hands basically together to kind of keep each other close. Fran takes Al first and leads you towards the roots. All of you watch as Fran seems to vanish into the roots. Then Al vanishes, and as you're like walking forward, you're kind of like, "Ooh, where are they going?" as you get closer and closer. It's like the car washes where the stuff like over
Oh.
your face.
Oh, like there's no gate or anything that opens.
No,
it's
no, you're just
oh,
walking into the roots.
Oh,
it seems.
oh dear.
And
Oh,
you're
I
like,
see. Oh, this is
and it's
interesting. Oh.
dirt and
Hi,
mud
everyone.
and grime is just getting all over your face. You're like, and into the roots. And suddenly, Al, you are pulled through what appears to be a opening in the trunk of the hollowed oak, straight out into Clover Square. Up onto the surface. And one by one, boop, all of
Fresh
you
air.
Just gonna follow.
stepping out straight into the fresh surface air of Carnival Row.
I'll head
A
out.
few bystanders kind of like look at you strangely as you're coming out of the tree.
I'll head out last, just before the tree like closes up, and just I'll turn to Fran. Well, good luck. We'll see you again soon.
You will. If you need anything, you know where to find me. But I do think, and she'll kind of pull Revenant close to her for a moment, I think I'm ready to show you my home for a time. Revenant kind of gives a nod, looks to all of you.
Well, we know you'll be able to find us.
Always. Caché,
Yes, Revenant.
reach into his pack and pull out kind of a messy collection of papers and notes and hand it over to you.
What's this?
You'll figure it out.
Thank you.
find them for us both, please?
You have my word.
He'll place a small clockwork nightingale in your hand. You recognize that as the same one Gizmo made.
Mm-hmm.
He'll then step away from you, Caché, give you all a, not even a nod, just a moment, stare at a blank plague doctor raven mask. And then
I'm
frown.
awfully jealous that you get to spend time in the Feywild, I'll be honest. And I'll miss you, of course.
Wait, we're going to the Feywild, and she pulls him through the tree.
Yes.
So, Fran and Revenant are now officially away from the party. They step back through the tree. And as you all step back into Clover Square, again, a few bystanders kind of just giving you a bit of looks, but then it's Carnival Row. They've seen weirder. They keep up moving on. No one's approaching you or anything. But Gizmo, you do notice a very obvious change in that tree. It's looking a lot healthier. Slowly, but it's looking a lot better.
I put my hand out to the tree again.
You do so. And you're plunged back. No.
Start from
Bunch of
square
trees.
one.
No, but you do. You place your hand against it, and there is a very light, gentle thump thump, thump thump of new life beginning.
I feel like even through like the construct of the body I've built, you see like a kind of visible relaxation. Just like
Yeah. Balance is restored. It is at that moment, Al, that you hear a familiar voice in your head.
Hmm.
It has been 72 hours since we left the surface, friend.
What? 72 hours?
Indeed.
Oh dear. Oh, I should really get back to Wrestler.
What was that place?
I'm not quite sure. I don't think it was exactly a plane of, a realm, whatever I call them. It's something in between, like a bleed through almost into this plane. I'm strange in different places. And places are strange in different times.
I do not follow, but I will calculate on what you say. I think we need some rest.
Agreed.
I feel like I only just woke up. Oh no, I feel exhausted all of a sudden.
It just hits you all at once, Al.
Well, it's really all that walking,
Officially, what it feels like is you have been awake for 3 days straight, but have only taken one rest. While none of you have exhaustion, that is suddenly, it's like almost instantaneous. That's how you feel. It feels like you've been up for 72 hours. But then
guys,
minus
I'm on
8.4.
2% battery. We have to get home now. We only have one charging port in this entire city.
I mean, I could open the tower right here, but
Let us not draw any more attention to ourselves. As strange as this place is, I think a tower popping up in the middle of nowhere would draw some attention, yes?
that's true. I don't think you can actually see the tower, more just the gateway.
We can literally see the inn.
Yes, I mean, it's just across the square.
Thank you, Caché. I feel like Caché's standing there and all of you are just staring at her and the inn is right behind her.
Oh, yeah. I'm just there like,
I mean, a wizard looks at a problem and he sees wizard solutions. Like, it's... Wizard's gonna wizard.
On the floor with exhaustion at the stage.
This
fully collapsed. Just I could open the tower right here, I mean.
This is like when we tried to build like we were trying to make tea. Like someone's having a mild panic attack, and the two of us go into a frantic excavate trying to make tea.
Exactly. We need to make a kettle so that we can make tea, so that we can calm this person down. We need to do it fast.
Then we also have to find a way of heating the kettle.
So it is currently, I'm changing the time here on the side, it is currently 3:30
Obviously,
a.m.
it's just a pot.
On the 21st of the month. You went down there on the 18th. So
Interesting.
I changed the little map, or the little calendar there. I don't know if you can see it.
It's a half moon. No, not a half moon. It's a waxing moon.
It is.
Wax on moon.
It's
Wax on moon. Wax on.
Myrta is in the waning phase. Isotera is in the waning crescent phase, and Adius and Radius are the waning gibbous phase. So yes, you've got quite a few.
I'm walking towards the gnarled hammock.
Fenris is like, I'm done.
I pick Al up off the ground and carry him.
He's just a
Thank you
slump
so
like
much.
liquid. But you all can make your way towards towards the gnarled hammock. I believe that you only paid for one night the first time, so I think you see the you once more step into the gnarled hammock and see the Philo, I believe his name was. Yep, Philo. In the top point, it is not dead quiet, but there's not as many patrons in the tavern at the moment. But Philo does greet you all.
It's only the night owls.
I was wondering where you all went off to. Another room.
Yes, I'm available in these as a room again.
But you all look like shit. Do you? Oh, I have something to help. And reach down, he'll pour a few drinks, and it'll either knock you out or you'll be up for the rest of the night. Who knows?
I'll drink it without question.
I'm taking that
I would
chance.
also-
And walk upstairs.
Okay. Al, do you take it?
What is it?
Appears to be a liquid, in a little shot glass. There's little flecks of like.
Spirit.
No,
You're
it's
you're
spirit.
asking what's
Okay.
in it?
Yeah.
I
Smell it.
That's not like you.
I'll
Smell
take the
it, do I
glass,
reckon
but I
will
can't
be-
drink it, so I'm gonna take it with me.
Gizmo just takes it.
I'll knock it back.
The smell. Oh, okay. You're down. No, okay.
Yeah.
You knock it back. Perfect. Constitution saves for all of you who took a drink.
I will say I will be drinking it. I'm just not doing it in front of him.
Yeah,
So
that's fine.
can't say.
Is Fortune's favor still up?
Do you want to do it? You can do it if you're going up to the room.
Is Fortune's favor still up?
Has it been an hour?
It's been a day. Since
shit.
you went down there. No, I'd say you would still have it.
Yeah,
You're at tail end. You're at the tail
Okay.
end of it.
Then I might as well use the
Because-
Fortune's favor.
Time
Yeah,
is
why
a real
not, right?
soup down there. So
Both terrible rolls
Thank
anyway.
you. I got a natural. I rolled a natural 1, then used the favor thing and got a natural 20.
Nice.
So, yeah.
nice.
I rolled a
All
3,
right.
then I rolled a 7, so that's 14.
14 total. Okay.
Constitution save.
Yeah.
16 total.
16 total. Okay, Al.
7 and a 13.
That's 18 plus 1 for a 19.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
I was the most seasoned drinker of us all.
No, Caché is apparently.
Well,
Hey, you saw the state of my house when you first came in.
that's very true. And I tend to mix mine with other things to make them more palatable.
Oh no, I'm full on PTSD drinking.
Mm.
I'm drinking to forget, not to have a
I
good
mean,
time.
yeah, that's been a pretty traumatic little area down there. Yeah. Okay, you guys get up to your room. Gizmo, you then take a
Come
few
out of the
sips
sewers.
of the drink.
Yeah.
Come out of the soup, enjoy the drink. You know, all of you, it's actually quite nice. There's a little hint of an oak flavor. And Al, as you take the shot back, you actually like pull out a piece of bark. You're like, nah, what is that? And you put it down. It's quite lovely, rich. And all of you just kind of sit there or stand there for a moment, just kind of staring at each other for everything that just transpired, everything that you just witnessed, things far beyond anything you could have imagined happened down in that tree, in that temple.
What the
And you
fuck
slowly
was up
watch
with that?
as...
What the fuck is up with that?
Go ahead, Gizmo, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as Gizmo says those final words, slowly slumps asleep in the arms. I'm assuming you came out of the suit, so he's currently in the arms of the suit.
I'm in the crook. Sleep there.
In the crook of the arm, and immediately the nightmare cat jumps up, curls up around Gizmo. And goes to sleep.
Oh.
Don't eat him, nightmare cat. It's
Looks
not a
at you.
bird.
Looks at you, glowers.
Me.
Why do you always have to assume a nightmare is going to eat something?
It's a cat.
No,
Looks like a bird.
Don't be like that to my people.
Gizmo,
Apologies.
just all it is purring.
Yeah, for my body, it's just like.
I'm just gonna crawl under the bed, curled up with the sword.
Okay. Fenris crawls up under the bed. Al, Caché. And then
Might have to
Early
shuffle a bit to
morning
get used to
hours
the
of
new
your-
armor.
yeah, it's very hard to do in that new armor, actually. You get kind of stuck. But the three of you, the early hours of the morning are yours. Is there anything you like to do?
I would like to step out for a minute and take out my my sending stone.
Okay. You step out of the room.
Checking in, we may have gone through some timey-wimey stuff, so don't know how long I've been gone, but I'm alive. Don't be mad.
There is a very long pause. Kind of wait. You think you hear it, but it's not. And then all you hear is, "Do you know what time it is, Caché?"
Actually, no, that's what the timey-wimey shit was.
It is 3:30 in the morning. I have very important meetings tomorrow, but I am sure glad you are alive. And that's all.
That went well. I put it in my pocket and walk.
Okay. So no, checking in with the handler, making friends, waking her up.
I mean, like, I feel like we've built a rapport and she knows I'm manic. So as much as she might be mad, she's not surprised.
No. And who knows if she's mad or if she just needs her beauty sleep.
We should see.
We shall see. Al, anything you'd like to do or accomplish? There's a lot of faces being made to those. who are
Probably
listening
not.
to the
Probably
podcast.
just lie there, yeah. Probably just start transing.
Okay. You step into your trance and taking a moment right before you fully let yourself go into that state of recovery. You see Humphrey kind of sitting beside you. He seems to kind of take out a few bits of tools and different bits of clockwork and begins to try arranging them in some sort of
Are
pattern.
you building yourself new boots?
Humphrey responds way faster.
Sorry.
I am trying something new. You are an inventor. Maybe I can be an inventor.
I mean, how industrious of you. I'm excited to see what you create. Have you any ideas?
You get a small bit of sadness coming from him at the moment, as he kind of puts the tools down and just kind of seems to be contemplating.
Fran found her purpose. I don't know what mine is.
You pass butter. Sorry, that was Rick and Morty reference. I don't actually say that.
Wow.
Sorry. I couldn't help myself.
Such a tender moment.
I know.
Ruined!
Apologies.
That was fine. It was great.
Well, that's... I mean, that's very normal of you. I think everyone's looking for a purpose. Try and build and create. See if it does something for you. You can always tinker with things. I mean, there's always time to try something else.
So, you're saying if I'm not good at this, I might be good at something else?
Well, exactly. And you're also already very good at being my friend.
He tries to hide it. He tries to, it's like the emotion radiates from him of happiness, but then he tries to pull it back like a teenager, like he doesn't want you to know. You get it. You feel it.
Thank you, Fran.
Goes back to tinkering.
And I go back to zoning the fuck out.
Much deserved. Last, but certainly not least, Fenris. Is there anything you would like to do or accomplish before the evening is out? Morning is out? Whatever time. Time is weird soup.
Okay. I've curled up with the sword under the bed. Gotta break the covers down so I can't be seen.
Okay.
And as I drift to sleep, I am going to try and commune with the sword as I'm lying. Try and share my thoughts with.
Okay. Almost like as if because you're away from that space, that place, the well that, while welcomed you for a brief moment, still holds and harbors quite a lot of frustration towards those of vengeance. Those who seek to disrupt the balance. And away from that space now, you feel the connection with Silverlight much stronger. You can sense her presence. I don't really know what we just did, Fenris, but I will gladly fight by your side for as long as the time we have.
Yes, I was have that long.
Well, then I guess we need to make them pay.
Yes, it's the grand scheme of things I may not have said long in this world, but yes, say we'll pay. Say we'll.
But
I am happy. Yes, burn. I am happy that you have recovered some of yourself. guess if I broke through those chains, then... well... then I've done some good in my life.
I believe you have much more good to do in this life. But sleep now, Fenris. I believe our hunt is just beginning. And with that, I think we will call it there for the night. So, thank you all so much for joining us. Take a deep breath. That was a heavy episode. Make sure you have lots of water. Hug your friends. We love you all, and we will see you in the next episode.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So long.
So yeah, I've done a lot.
Adios, farewell.
Adios.